Wear your old clothes, kid. Your hand-me-downs. The symbiote that Peter Parker tried to destroy, Eddie Brock has embraced. We bonded.
Hello, gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast, with a one-show Joe today. Actually, it's always just one show, but a one-segment begment. I'm going to keep on rolling with that. Revoltech Kyoto, or Kyoto Revoltech, depending on where you are in the world, have revealed their symbiote Spider-Man. And they're late to the party. They're late to what party? Their own party. Because obviously Mess Toys has made this already with their molds. And already there are goobers online going, oh, the Mess Toys one looks better. First of all, you haven't even seen it, in hand yet. And secondly, yeah, I'm sure it does look comparable. It's the same mold. So I'm a little bit kind of torn on that argument. Okay, if you prefer the Mess Toys one, that's fine, but just know where it came from, all right? Of course, the big difference with these two is that the Mess Toys is just the smooth body, because they didn't do anything. They just took the smooth body. Whereas Revoltech actually have added all this extra veiny, muscly detail, which some folks, admittedly, actually aren't that fond of. It's very much hearkening towards the Sony PlayStation Spider-Man symbiote costume, just without all the extra panels and layers and armor and stuff. I really like it because it is a little bit different. It's not just a recolored Peter Parker. And some of the accessories they've thrown in, if you pose it right, it's going to look real nice. I kind of fell in love with some of the dynamic webbing effects. We're going to get to that. But first of all, the actual just look of the figure with the black and white. I mean, man, Marvel struck gold when that dude wrote in all those years ago with his redesign for the Spider-Man costume. And they were like, yeah, we'll take that. Thanks very much. If you thought about doing it in white, it looks wonderful. So nice and shiny. It kind of looks organic and symbiotic because of the shine and sheen on the glossy paint. That's a real little chef's kiss there. But yeah, the veins are not going to be for everyone because it's not comic accurate to the classic black costume. Of course, it was only really in the mid-90s that people sort of retroactively decided that the symbiote kind of beefed Peter up. That was more of a Spider-Man the Animated Series thing, which honestly I'm fine with. But if you're going back old school symbiote, the whole point was that it just looked like Peter in a different costume. But I do love this more jacked version of Spider-Man, because what a lot of people want to do, and a lot of people have been asking for from Marvel Legends, is to give us the Mac Gargan Dark Avengers version of the black costume Spider-Man, which we haven't had yet. Me personally, I was always like, look, lads, if you want that, just use the black costume. It's not that different. But now you have one that is specifically a little bit different. It's a black costume that isn't just a repainted Spider-Man. It's meaner, it's bolder, it's more veiny, and honestly, a little bit unsettling. And that's half the fun of the black costume. There's a few caveats here that I'm not a huge fan of, because the basic thing is great. But it is just the basics that we're getting. Because we've got a couple of little symbiote tendrils coming out the back. They're fun, but really for a symbiote costume, especially for an import quality, import price, you gotta have a symbiote coming around the head sculpt. I mean, Marvel Legends absolutely cracked it with their Life Foundation Eddie Brock. That's stunning. And it's kind of crazy that we don't have one of those for Peter Parker. I mean, yeah, we've got one with the symbiote kind of creeping up a little bit, but not with it properly wrapping around. That would have been so nice if they had included that. And they did include a separate head, but it's only if you order directly through the Kyoto store. And all it is just a slightly different mask. It's like the symbiote eyes, where they're not as neat like Spider-Man's lenses. They're just a bit more higgledy-piggledy. And I'm happy that I get the chance to say higgledy-piggledy because, it's been a rough day and that tickles me. So it looks good in that regard, but really it's missing that extra bit of special sauce. With the other extras, though, there are some nice touches. I'm not going to say oh, wow, amazing job with the hands, because it's Spider-Man. You got to have the fists, the wall crawling, and the thwips. But also it's got a little handy hold kind of look as well. I say wall crawling, it's more like, coming to get you, read your special claws kind of look. But really, it's the web effects that I like. There are some first-time effects here, which I really, really love. The pose that they've got, which opens up some other doors. You see in one of the pictures, it's got him in a wonderful, wonderful dynamic pose. 5 stars to whoever did this. Having someone like swinging around on the end of a web. That is A, beautiful, and B, straight out of Marvel vs. Capcom, which gets me to thinking that maybe SH Figure Arts, they're going to have to get their Marvel vs. Capcom Spider-Man out pretty quick, because this is just a paint job away. Well, actually, they probably used a less veiny body, but it means that you could totally just repaint this into a Revoltech Marvel vs. Capcom Spidey, which, like, 6 months ago would have been a dream project, but now with SH Figure Arts coming around the bend, there's going to be some competition. But it's fun to blue sky it and red and blue suit it. So first of all, 5 stars for the posing for these pictures. Really great stuff. But then the big web capture accessory as well. That's really pretty. And then you got the webs over the faces too. Some nice touches that we haven't had for Spider-Man figures before. And that pretty much does it for this one figure episode of Good News. It's not even an episode of Good News, is it? It's just a quick news bite while you're on your lunch break. And I hope you enjoyed your lunch. So what do you guys think of this? Most of us all have a black costume Spider-Man at this point, whether it's the regular Marvel Legend, the one that came in the 2-pack with Craven, remember that one? Or of course you've got the Mafex one, which a lot of people really love. He's a little bit small and thin and fragile. This one has got the mean symbiote heft going on, and I kind of dig that. So for me, this would be pretty tempting if I were to see it in person. Is it tempting enough to actually pay the import cost? Whoo, those are some tough decisions. But yeah, let me know what you think, gang. I hope you enjoyed this one-off single figure episode video. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Hey, I was...
Copier, big time.